Good morning, everyone. Um, I have a quick video. I don't even know what it's going to be about. As usual, I've said this on a couple of videos. Have on the same sweater, but the other videos that I had a sweater on is from I think it was last week or the week before. So it's a different day than when God was downloading a lot of messages to me. So I don't know what he's going to talk about today, but I know that he just told me to pick up the camera, which is normally how he does me. He'll say go live, pick up and record, and I'm just obedient. So I'm not really sure what this message is going to be about. I hope everybody started out their morning with God. Told him thank you because so many people thought that they were going to be amongst the living and they are not this morning. So it's a blessing to be able to breathe this oxygen, which is God's breath. So let's give him all the glory and the honor for just that alone. I'm trying to see exactly how he's going to use me in this moment because I don't really know. I just know that I was listening to a message from someone else that I listen to, which is normally what I do each morning. He told me to pick up and record. And like I said, I'm definitely always obedient to God. Um, Joy. The joy that we carry is something that no man on earth can take away. No man on earth. And we have to make sure that we understand that. Because a lot of times we will be put in situations that God will put us through, or even maybe the enemy will put us through, and we allow people to shift us, take our peace. And a lot of times, people that are trying to take peace or we're allowing to take our peace, they're doing it because they don't have that joy. So how dare we allow them to steal our peace? And I don't care who the person is. It can be a parent, coworker, a spouse. You do not let them steal your joy that God gives you. Because can't nobody take it from you. Right? And sometimes people be so trapped in their misery that they want other people's to be consumed by it. And we have to make sure we understand that that is not an acceptable behavior under any circumstances. Can we have compassionate for them? Can we be compassionate for those people? Yes, we can. But should we let them soak us up like a sponge and cause us to have a negative mindset that we can't come back to? And the reason I'm saying this because it's been so many times, and I know it's so many people that feels like this. We'll be having an amazing day, or maybe even not an amazing day, but we've handled every situation that have came towards us that day. We're like, okay, I get it. I'm a shift. Okay, something else. I'm a shift. And then this person comes around, or they call, or they're in your presence, in your space. Or maybe you can just feel the energy because when you carry these gifts like some of us carry, we can just feel another person's energy and it shifts. We allow it to shift our mind. We have to stop doing that. Pray, cover them, move on. Move on. I don't care who it is. We have to move on from holding that energy that is not good. If anything, we need to try to shift their energy to allow them to get that joy that we have. And how we do that is not trying to change them or not trying to, I forgot my earrings this morning, not trying to fix them, but offering them the support. But first, how we do that is we take it to God and ask him, what can I do in this moment to help this person? But I also don't want to lose me. Because losing you right there, yes, you is not an option. You again, I say again, you are the most important person for yourself. Nobody else. You are the most important person. If somebody is making you think or wanting you to believe that they're most important and you're selfish and you're not a man or a woman of God because you choose to make sure you cover yourself, you need to question that person that you have that relationship with. And I'm not just talking about romantic relationships. I say this every time I record a video like this because I want you to know a lot of times we're not looking at the friends, the co-workers, family members. Like all of those things all those people have to be looked at too. We're not just talking about husbands and wives or boyfriend and girlfriends or fiancés. We're talking about every relationship that we carry. We have to, even our children that are adults, like we have to make sure that we are protecting our joy, our peace. We're covering ourselves and we are also covering others. Like we can do both. We can do both, and we can cover people without letting them absorb us, right? We're not God, so we can't fix anybody. We can only control us. Us. We can give people to choose. If they choose not to utilize the tools, that's a them thing. That doesn't mean you have to stay trapped in and just keep entertaining and keep going and keep going. You can remove yourself and cover them in prayer and hand them off to God. You most definitely can. Like, we're not God. We cannot fix anyone. We can support them, but we cannot fix anyone. And I think that's the message that he wants you guys to have. And maybe even me too. Because I was, and I think I still kind of carry that in me where I want to, just because of my childhood trauma and things like that. I'm trying to do some with my hair because I don't got my earrings on. I just realized it. But because of my childhood trauma, I try to fix. I want everybody to be happy because in my childhood, I was always trying to help my mom be happy, right? So I would hide how I was truly feeling because I didn't want her to be even more sad because I was sad. So I would act like I'm okay when I wasn't okay. So a lot of times we still carry that behavior. A lot of things that we do in everyday life is behaviors from childhood trauma that we have to sit in and absorb so we can figure out how we can deal with it. But the message is, do not allow anyone to try to steal your joy. Because remember, joy is something that God gives us that no one can take away. But people will try to absorb you into their negative behaviors so that you are feeling just as down as them. And a lot of times they don't realize they're doing it. But if you've been doing something your whole life, it's a behavior that you don't even realize that you're doing. It's a lot of things that I have done in my life where I'm like, people would call me out on it and I'm like, nope, that's not me. But and one of them is control. I had to have control, but that's also something from my childhood trauma because I did not have control. I have posted a video about my childhood. Not posted. I have recorded a video about my childhood that I haven't posted yet. But yes, that was one of the many things that I had a problem with doing. I had to have control. And it wasn't because I was this bad, evil person. It was because I never had control. So as an adult, I wanted it. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times people can be doing things and they don't realize that they're doing them. That's why we have life coaches. That's why they have counseling services. That's why they have all of these things. And I don't know if you guys know, but I am a life coach. So if anybody's interested, please do not hesitate to reach out. Like, it is so important to deal with your mental health and not look at the people around you. I'm not saying that people around you are always right, but it ain't about them. It's about you. And it's not about right or wrong. It can be two people in a situation that did not handle things the appropriate way. So just because one person did something that you felt or that was not right, so now that makes you right. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Sometimes we both could have did things to make the situation better. And that's what I want you guys to understand. And I think that's what God also wants y'all to understand. That's the message. And I am going to get off because I'm going to get off. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Allow God to be the navigation of your life. He will not steer you wrong. I love you, but most importantly, He does. And it ain't nothing, I repeat, nothing you can do about it but love Him right on back.